Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We will now commence the 33rd Annual General Meeting of Mphasis Limited over video conferencing. For the smooth conduct of the meeting, all the lines of the shareholders are muted. The audio and video of the speaker shareholders will be enabled once they are invited to speak at the AGM by the chairman. The proceedings of the AGM are being recorded and will be hosted on the website of the company after the AGM. Without any delay, I hand over this meeting to Mr. Davinder Singh Brar, Chairman of the Board of Directors, Mphasis Limited, for conducting the AGM proceedings. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the 33rd Annual General Meeting of the company being conducted virtually. It's now 9 a.m. The quorum has been checked and is found to be in order, and we'll commence the proceedings. With your permission, I would like to take the notice convening the AGM as read. The members may please be informed that the statutory registers, that is, Register of Directors and key managerial personnel and their shareholding, Register of Contracts or arrangements in which directors are interested, Register of Proxy, Statutory Auditor's Report, and Secretarial Audit Reports and Certificate as required under SEBI Share-Based Employee Benefits and Sweat Equity Regulations 2021. Employee Benefits and Sweat Equity Regulations 2021, which are required to be placed at the AGM, are available for inspection at the NSDL website under the tab AGM Documents. I would now like to introduce the directors present virtually for the meeting. Today we have Mr. Nitin Rakesh, CEO and Managing Director, Ms. Maureen Ann Erasmus, Chairperson of the Audit Committee, Ms. Jan Kathleen Iyer, Chairperson of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, Mr. Marshall Jan Lux, Chairman of Risk Governance and Management Committee, Ms. Courtney Dallacava, Mr. Sunil Gulati, Mr. David Lawrence Johnson, Mr. Amit Dalmia, Mr. Pankaj Sood, Kabir Mathur, present at this meeting. Mr. Amit Dixit was due to join but has been presently stuck up in a delayed flight and is unable to join us at present. I am Davinder Singh Brar, Chairman of the Board and the Stakeholders Relationship Committee. I record that the author representatives of the statutory auditors, secretarial auditor, and a scrutinizer are also virtually present in this meeting. I further record that all feasible planning and execution has been done for enabling electronic participation and voting of the members for this AGM. It is confirmed that electronic voting is available throughout the AGM. I would now like to share with you the performance highlights of the company for the financial year 24 and the important developments. Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 33rd Annual General Meeting of your company. Thank you for joining us today. Today's AGM brings a feeling of nostalgia to me, as I will be retiring as an independent director and chairman of the company in September this year. Over my tenure, I've had the good fortune of working with the founders of Mphasis and 3 other eminent promoter entities, each of whom contributed significantly to the growth and development of the company in its various phases of evolution. I'm extremely thankful to my esteemed colleagues on the board for always keeping the company to its purpose, to the leadership team for their passion and commitment, to the employees for their tireless hard work, and above all to our shareholders for their continued support and confidence. I would now like to proceed to the highlights for the year gone by and the way forward. Firstly, allow me to set the context with macro trends, then move to the company's performance, followed by corporate citizenship efforts. Moving ahead, let me begin with the macro trends. In recent years, the IT sector has faced significant challenges arising from global uncertainty. The industry is contending with broader economic and geopolitical challenges, such as high interest rates, record inflation, and a fragile geopolitical environment. Yet it is resilient to innovate and transform. Embracing and staying ahead of these changes is crucial for succeeding amidst the uncertainties and the challenges. Business models are evolving in response to the changes in technology, and companies across sectors are integrating next generation technology and innovations. It is just not for clients, but also for the companies to enhance their own operational effectiveness. Mphasis has taken cognizance of these macro challenges with a forward-thinking approach to adapt and grow, thereby turning the duality that I mentioned into a competitive advantage. This has been achieved by being one of the first companies to create an artificial intelligence business unit called Mphasis.ai, helping clients think through their AI journey for customer experience transformation to productivity, modernization, and also towards zero-cost transformation. Also by supercharging client solutions and deals through an AI-led archetype approach. The company has partnered with Google and built a hybrid multi-cloud operating platform that will leverage AI Gemini Code Assist to accelerate the software development cycle. We are collaborating with Microsoft Azure and OpenAI and launched a Gen AI blueprint on Microsoft's Azure Marketplace to help organizations seamlessly integrate Gen AI solutions to boost efficiency and also to scale operations. The company has successfully leveraged the Mphasis.ai business unit to create unique experiences and enhanced value for its clients. This unit enables Mphasis to provide customized interfaces and domain-specific solutions that empower organizations to excel in this digital era. Investing in an AI-led approach ensures the company to remain at the forefront of the tech-driven world, ready for future demands. This commitment includes developing capabilities, investing in partnerships, and expanding positions, especially in the artificial intelligence space. The company's strength lies in applying technology and its human expertise to meet client needs by enhancing solutions and models with increased AI adoption. This positions the company as a leader in this continuing dynamics landscape. I would now like to highlight the progress the company has made in financial year 24. The company's orientation of growth is reflected in the annual numbers. In FY24, the company achieved new TCV wins of $1.38 billion and closed deals worth $177 million in Q4 of FY24. In FY24, the mid-tier clients, 11th to 30th largest clients, excluding digital risk, grew by 13%, while deals with clients outside the top 10 grew by 73% compared to the previous year. 77% of the deal wins in the last quarter were powered by next-generation technology adoption. A few strategic updates that I would like to share with you. Mphasis collaborated with Amazon Web Services to establish the Gen AI Foundry. Led by Mphasis.ai, it will serve as a dynamic platform for modeling industry use cases and developing proof of concepts within the financial services industry to begin with, and there is plan to expand across other sectors. Launch of DeepSize Doc AI, an intelligent document processing solution powered by generative AI. Through this platform, the company will help enterprise clients extract context-specific information to generate actionable insights. In partnership with WorkFusion, a leading provider of digital workforce solutions for banking and financial services, to power conventional teams with AI-driven digital workers in operational domains, such as customer service, onboarding, account opening, identity verification, know your customer, anti-money laundering initiatives, etc. Collaboration with CoreStack, a global multi-cloud governance provider to deliver financial management and observability to customers, driving operational efficiency and actionable insights. These initiatives signal the company's commitment to invest in and advance next-generation technologies and services, particularly artificial intelligence, while continuing to optimize its core business. In recognition of the company's AI efforts, it has received the 2023 ISG Start of Excellence Award in the emerging tech segment for artificial intelligence for consistently upholding the highest standards of customer service excellence. Mphasis is committed to creating sustainable value for its stakeholders and fostering an inclusive and equitable society with a strong focus on environmental stewardship. For this, the company has been recognized as one of India's leading ESG companies in Dun & Bradstreet's ESG Champions of India 2024 report. The company also attained top quartile positions in various global industry assessments and rankings for its ESG performance, acknowledged by S&P Global score of 64 over 100, EcoVadis Sustainability Rating score of 54 over 100, and CRISIL score of 66 over 100. The company's charitable and social development efforts are overseen by the CSR Committee of the Board, which authorizes the CSR budget and monitors its implementation as per policy. The company's CSR spending has been oriented towards achieving long-term societal benefits, as detailed in the annual report of the company. Mphasis F1 Foundation, a philanthropic arm of the company, works to promote equity, inclusion, and empowerment of marginalized communities. The foundation has pioneered initiatives with potential for large impact through target groups by championing inclusion and diversity, improving education, engineering climate sustainability, and enhancing employability and income generation. During financial year 24, Mphasis F1 Foundation continued to support innovative programs in the area of education, livelihood, and inclusion through non-profit and social enterprises. The Nudge Indian Administrative Fellowship launched an 18-month impact fellowship providing a unique platform for socially conscious senior professionals to partner with visionary civil servants to strategize and implement large-scale government mandates for impacting millions of lives. Mphasis has been an active advocate for environmental conservation. In collaboration with United Way Bengaluru, the company has launched a mangrove restoration project in a coastal town near Chennai, which is home to India's second largest brackish water body. The project aims to restore 1 million mangroves in the area by 2027, thereby aiding the local economy and livelihoods of fishermen community. You will be happy to know that the Board of Directors has recommended a final dividend of rupees 55 per equity share for the financial year ended 31st March 2024, subject to your approval at this meeting. I wish to thank our shareholders again for their continued trust and association with the company, and our customers for their support and confidence. In the years ahead, I'm confident that Mphasis will continue to scale, transform, and stay ahead of the technological advancements as an applied tech company. Thank you. I now request Mr. Subramanian Narayan, Company Secretary to read the auditor's report and brief the members on the voting process to be followed at the meeting. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. There are no qualifications, observations, or comments in the auditor's report, which are required to be read at the meeting. With the permission of the members present, I take the auditor's report as read. As per the law, the company has provided electronic voting facility by means of remote e-voting. As AGM is held virtually, the option for physical voting at the AGM is not provided this time. However, the company has enabled e-voting facility during the AGM for the members who have not voted through remote e-voting and are present at the AGM and are otherwise not barred from doing so. The icon for e-voting is available on the top of the screen under the e-voting tab, which will redirect the members to the e-voting platform of the NSDL. The voting facility would close after 30 minutes from the conclusion of this AGM. There will be no proposing and seconding of the resolutions as the meeting is held virtually. The shareholders who have registered themselves as speakers will be allowed to speak at the meeting, and such registered speaker shareholders may participate in the discussion on the items of business once invited by the chairman. The queries shall be answered after all allowed speaker shareholders have raised their questions. I now request the chairman to resume the proceedings. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
We now take up item numbers 1 to 7 as set forth in the notice of the AGM. We will open for questions from the shareholders after all the items of business are tabled at the meeting. The text of the ordinary and special resolutions covered under item number 1 to item number 7, along with explanatory statement, wherever required, is provided in the notice circulated to the members. I request the members to treat the resolutions as read. I now invite the speaker shareholders to raise questions they may have on the items of business of the meeting. I request the members to confine their queries strictly to the items of business of the meeting, and I request the moderator of the meeting to enable the speaker shareholders in the order of their registration to speak. In the interest of time, I request the speaker shareholders to restrict their questions to a maximum of 3 minutes, and also kindly not to repeat those questions which have been asked by the previous speaking shareholder. I now hand over the proceedings to the moderator to allow the speaker shareholders to raise their queries.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin with the question and answer session. We request everyone to remain connected while we bring the speaker shareholders online. Members may note that in order to avoid repetition, all questions will be answered after all the registered speaker members have spoken. The registered speaker shareholders are requested to accept the prompt on their screen to join as speaker and unmute your audio and video and proceed with your questions. Our first speaker shareholder is Mr. Sarvananan. Please accept the prompt on your screen to join as a panelist and unmute your audio and video. Mr. Sarvananan, may I request you to unmute? Mr. Sarvananan, may I request you to unmute your audio and video? We move on to our next speaker shareholder. The next speaker shareholder is Mr. Santosh Saraf. Sir, kindly accept the prompt on your screen and join as panelist.
हेलो,
Yes, sir, go ahead.
मेरी आवाज आ रही है सर?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
मतलब आपका वीडियो नहीं हो रहा, क्या बात है सर? उसका पैनलिस्ट में आपने ट्रांसफर नहीं किया तो उसको
सर
देखिए
डन
क्या
सर।
यहाँ नहीं रहा सर वीडियो ऑन का ऑप्शन। अब आया है। तो
यस सर, गो अहेड।
हाँ, हाँ, नाउ आई गेटिंग पैनलिस्ट, तो जस्ट गिव मी 1 मिनट, हाफ मिनट, तो हम स्टार्ट माय वीडियो। ओके,
यस सर।
जस्ट अ मिनट। हाँ, राम राम। माननीय सभापति जी, उपस्थित निर्देशक मंडल के सदस्यगण, अधिकारीगण और कर्मचारीगण, मैं संतोष कुमार सराफ कलकत्ता से आप सभी को राम राम कहता हूँ। आशा करता हूँ आप जितने भी डायरेक्टर हैं, तो जितने भी आज उपस्थित कर्मचारीगण हैं, इस समय अच्छे स्वास्थ्य में होंगे सर। सबसे पहले तो मैं एक बार हमारे जितने भी डायरेक्टर हैं, कर्मचारी हैं और उनकी फैमिली का भी आभार प्रकट करता हूँ, जो उनकी बैकबोन के रूप में काम करती है, और उन्हीं के कारण हमारी जो वर्कर है, स्टाफ है, डाइट अच्छा काम करते हैं सर। सर बराड़ साहब, मैं आपको भी नमस्कार करता हूँ। आप हमारी काफी सेवा करने के बाद में अब हमसे विदा लेने की तैयारी कर रहे हैं, जैसा मैंने सुनने में आया है कि नहीं है। आपने काफी अपनी लाइफ में सेवा की सर। रेनबैक्सी में आपने 27 साल तक सेवा की सर। उसके बाद में आपने जीवी के बायो साइंस में भी सेवा की सर। एसीसी में भी सेवा प्रदान की, मारुति में भी सेवा प्रदान की सर, ईपीएम में भी सेवा प्रदान की। अभी आप एरेगन लाइफ साइंस में भी सेवा प्रदान कर रहे हैं सर। सर आपका करियर बहुत अच्छा रहा सर, और ऐसा करियर बहुत कम लोगों को ही उपलब्ध होता है सर। यहाँ तक कि आपको फेवर ने भी ऑनर किया सर। बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे आपका ये देख के। और हमारी कंपनी तो आपने काफी सेवा की है। 2000 करीबन 4-5 से आप हमारी कंपनी की सेवा कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आप पता नहीं क्या रीजन है, और हमारी कंपनी की सेवा आगे नहीं करना चाहते। कुछ मजबूरियां रही होगी आपकी, रहती है समाज के अंदर मजबूरियां भी। लेकिन ठीक है, जैसा आपका डिसीजन, उस डिसीजन का मैं पूर्ण रूप से स्वागत करता हूँ, और भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि आप रिटायर होने के बाद में आपका जीवन एकदम हेल्दी और प्रॉस्पेरिटी रहे, और फैमिली के साथ में काफी अच्छा बीते सर। और जो एनजीओ का काम करेंगे उसमें भी आप सेवा देते रहिए। क्यों, जनरली लोग कहते हैं कि रिटायर होने के बाद में अच्छा नहीं, लेकिन एनजीओ में आप बेस्ट रहते हैं, उसके लिए कोई रिटायरमेंट लाइफ नहीं होती सर। ऐसे मैं हाथ जोड़ से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ, आप कुछ न कुछ करिए। और ये भी रिक्वेस्ट रहेगी सर, साल में एक बार एजीएम होती है वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस के थ्रू, तो आप कभी कभी उस मीटिंग में आके चेहरा दिखाएंगे तो आपके दर्शन करने का मौका मिलेगा सर, और मुझे भी बहुत अच्छा लगेगा। सर मैं ज्यादा क्या कहूँ, आपने जो परफॉर्मेंस दिया कंपनी का, आज मैं जब ये आपका लास्ट चेयरमैन के रूप में है, तो मैं ज्यादा प्रश्न करना मेरे को नहीं लगता। कि आपने जो सेवा की है उसमें मैंने काफी प्रश्न किए हैं, तंग भी किया आपको मैंने, है, लेकिन इस बार मैं नहीं ज्यादा करूंगा। सिर्फ एक दो आपने बताया भी, फिर भी एक दो चीज मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा सर। इस साल अपनी कंपनी की प्रॉफिट कुछ कम हुई है सर, उसका रीजन क्या है, अगर बता सकें सर। एक सर, अभी नया जमाना आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंट का है, ये हम इसका अपना यूज कंपनी की प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ाने के लिए, बिजनेस बढ़ाने के लिए, और सर साइबर सिक्योरिटी के लिए किस तरह कर रहे हैं, इसका भी कोई अगर आपको बनाया हो तो बताने का सर करिए सर। और आगामी 2-3 साल का रोड मैप भी हो तो बताइएगा सर। और सर मैं एक चीज कह जब अपने बीएससी और एनएससी में लिस्टेड है, लेकिन ये मेट्रोपॉलिटन एक्सचेंज में लिस्टेड होने का क्या माने हैं। ये कभी अभी काम भी नहीं करी, कुछ काम भी नहीं कर रही है कि नहीं, तो इसमें भी लिस्टेड होने का और अपनी फीस देने का बेकार है। पता नहीं कंपनी कब तक चालू होगी ये स्टेक, इसलिए मैं चाहूंगा इससे अपने को अभी प्रेजेंट में डीलिस्टिंग करवा लेना चाहिए सर। सर एक फीमेल एम्पावरमेंट के लिए, उनका संख्या बढ़ाने के लिए आप क्या कदम उठा रहे हैं सर। कि हमारे देखिए फीमेल का काफी प्रोग्रेस हो रही है, हमारे सरकार भी चाहती है फीमेल को ज्यादा से ज्यादा एम्पावरमेंट किया जाए। जैसे देखिए नेवी में, सेना में, सब जगह हाईएस्ट पोस्ट पर भी फीमेल को बैठा रही है। यहाँ तक आपने जब 2 दिन पहले बजट देखा, वो भी हमारी फीमेल मिनिस्टर ने प्रेजेंट किया। और लोग कहते हैं इंडस्ट्री की ग्रोथ के लिए काफी अच्छा है, नए जॉब के लिए काफी अच्छा है। बाकी मैं तो इतना पढ़ा लिखा नहीं हूं, आप लोग जो कहते हो उसी को सुन के मैं अपना मत देता हूँ सर। सर एक डिस्प्यूट केस काफी है, तो हमारी लीगल टीम को कहिए कि जैसा मैंने सुना कि नए रूप में विवाद की वो जो स्कीम जो 2-3 साल पहले आई थी, वो दोबारा शायद आने वाली है, तो उसके बारे में विचार करें सर। एक सर, मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि हमारे जो, मैंने पूरा बैलेंस शीट देखने ही नहीं सका कि मेरे पास हार्ड कॉपी थी नहीं, और एज के कारण मैं कंप्यूटर, इसमें मैंने देखा कई जगह डीन और डीन नंबर नहीं लिखे हुए हैं सर। डायरेक्टर के जो डीन नंबर होते हैं वो कई जगह लिखे हुए नहीं है, और हमारे कंपनी सेक्रेटरी के भी एसीएस नंबर होते हैं। मैं ये वो इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ सर, एक ही नाम के इंडिया में बहुत आदमी हो सकते हैं, तो आइडेंटिफाइड नहीं होता है। जैसे मैंने सीएस में देखा कि मनोज अग्रवाल बोल के 4-5 सीएस हैं, बलरामपुर चीनी में भी है, और भी है, कोई है, शायद 2-3 कंपनी नाम मेरे को नहीं आया मनोज, तो बेटर होगा उनको एसीएस नंबर लिखा जाए सर। और सर अपने जो ऑफिस है या अपने जो कार्य क्षेत्र है, वहां पर सोलर पैनल की क्या व्यवस्था की है? अगर इंस्टॉलेशन किया तो बताइएगा, और आगे करने का विचार बताइए। मैं ज्यादा समय नहीं लूंगा सर, बहुत समय ले लिया। नितिन बाबू और देवेंद्र साहब है, और मैं अपने आपके सेक्रेटरी मिस्टर का भी आभार प्रकट करता हूँ, उनकी जो असिस्टेंट पद्मा जी है, उनका भी आभार प्रकट करता हूँ। वो काफी सब सब हमारे टच में रहते हैं सर। बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब कोई कंपनी का फोन आता है, तो हमें लगता है। लास्ट में देवेंद्र साहब, आप ही के लिए हाथ जोड़ के प्रार्थना करता हूँ भगवान से कि आपका रिटायरमेंट लाइफ बहुत अच्छे से बीते, स्वस्थ बीते, और सर आपकी लंबी उम्र हो, और भगवान आपको अपने परिवार के साथ बहुत अच्छा रखे सर। सिर्फ ये रिक्वेस्ट सर, एनजीओ में जरूर रहिए, समाज की सेवा आपकी जरूरत पड़ती है, और कब एजीएम के अंदर में कभी कभी आके हमें अपने दर्शन जरूर दीजिएगा। राम राम, जय हिंद। और सर डीसी मीटिंग कंटिन्यू रखिएगा नितिन साहब, क्यों इससे क्या होता है कि देखिए बेंगलोर जाके तो अटेंड नहीं कर सकते। गया, मैं अटेंड किया मैंने 1-2 बार मीटिंग, आपने मेरे को देखा भी होगा, वो ताज ताज में होती थी। लेकिन अब क्या है कि डीसी का जमाना खत्म हो गया, जैसे यूपीआई का पेमेंट में यूपीआई का जमाना आ गया, वैसे अब फिजिकल मीटिंग जमाना डीसी रखिएगा, जिससे कि इसमें तो खर्चा भी कम लगेगा, और पूरे इंडिया के, और सर लोगों के साथ में हमें भी दीपावली में जरूर याद करिएगा। ये आपसे एक रिमाइंडर है। जय हिंद, जय भारत, नमस्कार।
Thank you for your very warm words.
सर एक भारतीय साहब है, साथ अटेंड नहीं करेगी, उनका नंबर मतलब बोलिएगा आपका ऑपरेटर को डिलीट करने के लिए, क्योंकि अभी सुबह का टाइम है ना, वर्क में रहती है।
Thank you. Our next speaker shareholder is Shyam Sundari. Please accept the prompt on your screen to join as panelist and unmute your audio and video and proceed with your question.
Am I audible, sir?
Sir, you're audible.
So my name is Abhishek, shareholder of the company. My DPID IN 301637. A joint holder of the company. So first of all, trust all is well with you and your family in this challenging situation. Our company deserves much more respect than the current market cap. After completing more than a decade of successful operations, profitability, dividend history, and becoming one of the strongest brands in the respective segment. So I would like to know, as of date, how many employees are there in the company, and what are the steps being taken by the management to reduce the other expenses, legal professional charges, and the audit fee. So then myself and my team are running a legal firm with the name and style of Somer's Associate in Chennai. So I would request the management to kindly enroll the firm in the empanelment of the company, and we will be glad to extend our services, sir. So then, what are the most of the questions, some of the questions sent by email also, that the company has a very good corporate governance practice. I do appreciate the management for having a very good corporate governance, and company secretary called us very well in advance to make this 33rd annual general body meeting a grand success. So I do appreciate the management efforts, sir. So there's a request from other minority shareholders to contact hybrid AGMs in the years to come, because most of the senior citizens are not able to join because of the digital challenges in this virtual platform, that we can consider hybrid AGMs in the years to come. More number of shareholders can join in the meeting and get the valuable points, suggestions, and ideas that will be helpful for the management to empower in future. So kindly try to consider hybrid AGMs in the years to come, sir. Then in the CDSL NSDL portal, where we exercise our voting and we get access to annual reporting meeting as well. The company is supposed to update the list of documents like register of members, register of PMP, register of contracts. But it is not updated, sir. If you can update very well, the shareholders can inspect these documents online itself. They may not reach out to you at a later stage seeking for all these documents. So kindly try to do the needful, sir, and kindly try to provide a job opportunity to the shareholders or the children who are eligible for the job and they match the criteria. Whenever a recommendation comes, sir, then nothing much to ask. I wish the company and the board of directors a great success and prosperity in the coming future. And thank you for giving the opportunity. Hope to see you at the physical AGM next year. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker shareholder is Mr. Sarvanan. Kindly accept the prompt on your screen and join as panelist and unmute your audio and video. Sir, may I request to unmute your audio and video? Yes, sir, go ahead. Sir, can you unmute your audio, please? Mr. Sarvan, we cannot hear you. Can you unmute your audio? Mr. Sarvanan, if you can hear us, can I request you to unmute your audio? Sir, we are unable to hear you. We can only see your video. Mr. Sarvanan, I have sent you a prompt to unmute your audio. Mr. Sarvanan, we are unable to hear you. I will request you to rejoin. Our next speaker shareholder is Aspi Vasenia. Kindly accept the prompt and join as panelist. Kindly unmute your audio and video and go ahead with your question, please.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Sir, I'm Aspi from Bombay. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to speak. Sir, please continue with the hybrid meetings as mentioned by my predecessor. Sir, when is the first quarter board meeting? I have not seen anywhere when is the first quarter board meeting. Neither have seen the results. Sir, then what is the reason for profit this year going down? Any specific reason? Because every year it used to go up, only this is the first year when it's going down. Even the top line has gone down. And sir, constantly there is a rumor that the promoters' time period is getting over, the PE funds time period is over. So they may sell off. So what is the real story? Because based on that rumor, the share price goes up and then it comes down. Sir, thank you very much and all the best for the future.
Thank you. We will try to take Sarvananand sir once again. Sir, kindly accept the prompt and join as a panelist. We have Saravanan sir connected on the audio. Sir, please go ahead. Saravanan sir. Saravanan sir. Due to no response, we will move on to our next speaker shareholder. Next speaker shareholder is Mr. Jayachan. Kindly accept the prompt on your screen and join as panelist. Thank you. Sir, requesting you to unmute your audio and video and proceed with your question, please. Sir, go ahead, you're audible.
Good morning, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, Secretary and his team, and my fellow shareholders. So what are the management efforts to improve the company image through investor relation exercise like con call, quarterly presentation, and meeting global investors? Please provide the details of the parties in other current and non-current liabilities, and also let us know the details of contingent liabilities. So the only grievance of shareholder is expecting better dividend and the appreciation of share price. I request the management to reduce the expenditure wherever possible. I request the management to consider the bonus shares to shareholders or rights issue. I request the management not to take away the maximum profits into reserves. The CSR activities are good. I request the management to kindly consider and include the medical insurance of shareholders who are senior citizens. I wish great success in coming future. Sir, I am proud shareholder of the company. I thank the management for giving me the opportunity. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. We will request Mr. Saravanan to once again proceed. Mr. Saravanan, may I request that you unmute your audio and video? Mr. Saravanan, we can see you, but we are not able to hear you. Kindly accept the prompt and unmute your audio. Sir, we are still unable to hear you. Mr. Saravanan, sorry, but we are still unable to hear you. Saravanan sir, can I request to unmute? Sir, kindly accept the prompt. and unmute your audio. Sir, we are unable to hear you. Sarvanandan sir, once again, may I request to unmute your audio? I have sent a prompt. Kindly accept the prompt and unmute the audio. Sir, that was the last speaker shareholder. We, we can now proceed to address the speaker shareholders' queries.
I believe all the registered shareholder speakers have raised the questions. Let me try and answer all the queries that have been raised. First of all, I would like to thank the shareholders, especially Mr. Saraf, for their warm words of appreciation and the affectionate send-off they are giving to me after completing my tenure in the company. It is Mr. Saraf asked why I have to leave the company. I have served the company for long, but currently the regulations do not allow an independent director to serve on the board of a company which is public listed for more than 2 terms of 5 years. So this law came into force in 2014, and therefore in accordance, any independent director can at best serve 2 terms of 5 years, and my term comes to an end. But I carry your warmth and your suggestion that I should make an appearance at the AGM. Now I will try and buy shares of the company to be able to represent myself at the AGM, but also your suggestion that I should be associated with the NGO activities of the company. Let's see what happens, but thank you once again for the wonderful send-off you have given me through your warm words. And also to other shareholders, it's very touching, and I'll cherish it the way you have mentioned it at the AGM. Coming to your questions, one of the questions which is on the minds of the shareholders is regarding the decrease in profitability in the financial year 24, and what are the measures the company is taking to improve it. The primary reason for profitability is due to the drop in revenues, which dropped 3.7% year on year in FY24, and on constant currency basis, this drop was 6.5%. And this is directly related to the sluggish macro environment, which I also mentioned in my speech, but which the IT industry has been facing in general, and the impact faced by all companies in IT and also by us on the reduced client IT spending, and also the wait and watch kind of a mindset that the clients have while they want to embrace new technologies and innovative programs like artificial intelligence led innovation. But they also are hesitant to go out and fully spend that, and they're also trying to have short-term legacy applications programs which will give them the revenue spent to increase on IT. So I think this was one reason which impacted the whole industry. The second was our acquisition costs. We acquired, and I think one of the shareholders has also asked for the increase in professional and legal charges. Partly that is also the reason for the higher expenses on that side. And regarding profit improvement, there are several initiatives underway on cost optimization and also to mitigate the impact of revenue drop which we faced during the year. However, the company is quite confident to maintain sustainable and steady margins while it will continue to invest in growth for the future and also in technology. While all this is true, the shareholders have asked for how AI is helping increase productivity, efficiency, and the operating leverage to the company. Through the Mphasis.ai business unit that we have created, this focuses on accelerating AI integration via strategic partnerships and innovations. The company has a three-pronged approach on how to bring AI into its operations and thereby improve its own efficiency and profitability, but also to help the clients move into AI-led technology innovations. One of them is company's own initiatives, internal initiatives, where we have spent a lot of money and we have evolved certain major tools and platforms, which I can elaborate, but I think that will take a lot of time at the AGM. But if anybody is interested, I think the number of tools that the company has and platforms evolved, some of the patents that we have undertaken and are under filing, and some are under approval. There is a lot of technology innovation that has been done internally. I think it's worthwhile to share this information. I'll ask the company secretary if there is any, and or the CEO, to make it known more to the shareholders. The second way of growing through artificial intelligence is through partnerships. I mentioned some of them in my speech, and there are other partnerships which were not mentioned. One of them, for example, which I didn't mention in my speech, is a strategic partnership with Classic, a leading quantum software company which accelerates the adoption of quantum solutions for enterprises. And there are more in the offing. And the third way of expanding through artificial intelligence to serve our customers through technology innovation is by acquiring relevant companies which have a niche in AI space and have either taken a specific niche and domain in which they excel. So rather than creating our own products or seeking partnerships, if there is a long-term benefit in such acquisitions, I think we have done one of them, and more will be studied by the company in future years. So another example I can give of AI technologies which have been developed internally. This is Deep Insights, Doc.ai, an intelligent document processing solution that we have developed, which helps enterprise clients extract context-specific information from their documents, regardless of the format or layout, and it integrates it with downstream IT systems to generate actionable insights. So not only AI helps in this way, but it also helps in generating a lot of analytics which were hitherto not possible through the huge reams of data set that it is able to analyze. So I can assure you that the company is at the forefront of AI adoption and integration into its operations for better productivity and transformation of the technology landscape of our clients. And you will hear more of it through rewards and recognition that the company is getting. But I think for the time being, I hope I have answered your question on the AI applicability. Another question Mr. Saraf raised was, we are not listed on the Metropolitan Stock Exchange. And we will, of course, mention the ACS number of this company secretary. It will be mentioned as required statutorily. DIN is required to be mentioned wherever DIN is required to be mentioned where the details of the director are required, and this has been mentioned at relevant places. Kindly have a look at it again. Female diversity and empowerment. I think there are a lot of initiatives in the company, like targeted recruitment, where focus initiatives to attract female candidates through partnerships with women's networks, job fairs and universities. Second, career women programs which support women returning to the workforce with flexible arrangements. Mentorship programs. Annual gender pay gap reviews we undertake. Currently, in a total employee strength, as somebody asked me about how many employees we have, it's around 33,000, and about 35% of these employees are women employees. This ratio remains unchanged vis-a-vis last year, but since there was a reduction in the overall strength between the 2 years, also due to some of the initiatives of technology that I mentioned earlier, this ratio has not been allowed to fall. So I think these are some of the initiatives. We are cognizant of this issue, and we will continue to improve upon it. And 35% is not a small number, but as part of our inclusion agenda, we will have more and more female employees in coming years. Then there was a question on job opportunity to shareholders. I think that is a larger subject, but on merit-based selection in any company, shareholders are welcome to participate in the company's workforce or the employees. But I think the company secretary and the CEO will look into it. If there is specific issue in your mind, Mr. Sham. Then there was a question regarding certain documents. I just want to mention that all the documents required for inspection have been uploaded on the NSDL website under the tab Inspection Documents. You can also reach the company secretary if you like to inspect the documents over Teams. He will help you get through this information that you want. I've already answered the matter regarding increase in legal and professional charges. The contingent liability question predominantly relates to tax, and there are direct tax litigations, there are indirect tax litigations, There are no bank guarantees. There are certain tax demands raised by the authorities where we have confidence that these demands are not relevant, but we are in touch. We are giving the required documentation to the authorities, and I think this will be settled in the company's favor. And then there are other small litigations. The total amount has been provided in the report, but these are the details of the contingent liability that you asked. There was a question regarding the board meeting date not announced for Q1 FY25. I think this was announced on 21st June 2024. Kindly have a look at it. And the board meeting is actually today in the evening. But this had already been announced. Hybrid meetings are likely to continue should the companies wish to have a hybrid meeting, which means that physical presence as well as virtual. Virtual, like one of the shareholders mentioned, it's a very effective tool of many shareholders at distant locations to participate in the AGM process. It is working very well with the companies. It's convenient. You get the opportunity to speak and you don't have to travel, and the company also doesn't have to organize the meeting at one place. So hybrid, I don't know, but I think this will continue. Some of the companies are doing it also. There was a question that was raised on the shareholding disposal by the promoters. You see, this is a question. Selling and buying of shares is a matter which rests with the shareholders. And in any case, after the current sale, which has reduced the promoter shareholding to 40.3% or something, there is no sale likely to take place in the next 180 days or so. After that, depending upon whatever the promoter mindset says or feels, it's up to them. But this doesn't impact the company, a properly governed company, which all, it doesn't, as I mentioned earlier also, there have been 4 promoter changes during my tenure in the company. And the company has always grown from strength to strength. So don't worry too much about rumors and what's going on in the market. Private equity players, they have their own agenda. They have their own way of adding value to the companies that they invest in. And they exit as per their own policy and strategy. But that should not affect the company, I think, in any way. There is another question by Mr. Jaychand regarding management efforts on investor calls, global investor meets. See, all the details of investor and analyst calls are available on the website under the investor section. We also intimate the same to the stock exchanges. And so I think if you want to go through all the details and the number of calls that the management has done, this is all data that can be supplied to you, but also kindly look at the website and you will have all the information that you wanted. Then there was a request which comes every year from the shareholders regarding bonus shares. And well, I think the board will have a look at it depending upon when bonus shares make sense. And you have registered your request, and I'm sure the board will have a look at it in future. As of now, there is no immediate proposal to have bonus shares in the company. You also mentioned don't take profits to reserve. I think Mphasis board works on a very well-defined policy of the profit after tax and the quantum that is shared or is given out to the shareholders. So you would have seen the company has transferred some amounts to the reserve, but also this amount is required from time to time for acquisitions. As you have seen that last year also we made acquisitions and previously also we have made. So there is, in line with our strategic objectives, to acquire companies, as I mentioned, in the space where we can't develop our own technology, and also to spur growth in certain areas, we have to do acquisitions, as all the IT companies are doing, and have to maintain an up-to-speed charter of growth. So there will be amounts transferred to reserve to take care of that. We can borrow, but that will hit on the interest costs. And so therefore, I think there is a very good balance in our company between what is the dividend declared, and it has been increasing year on year, and also what is required to maintain a healthy cash balance in the company, which is supervised and overseen by the Treasury Committee of the company. And if required, the Treasury Committee does take into account whether to increase dividend or to keep more in reserves. I don't know if there is any other question which is remaining, but if there is, pardon my ignorance, but I think I have taken care of most of the questions that have been raised. And if still there is some query in the minds of the shareholders, kindly refer it to Mr. Subramanian Narayan, the company secretary. Now I will hand over to Mr. Narayan for any additional details, having answered all the questions. Over to you, Subramanian.
Thank you, sir. Sir, firstly, Mr. Saravanan has sent me his note, which he has asked me to read it at the AGM. So it is indeed my privilege and pleasure to talk on behalf of the shareholders of the company, Mphasis. We welcome our company's independent director, Mr. Davinder Singh Brar. Sir has been a director since 2005, and in the span of 2 decades, the company has never seen any setbacks. Mr. Davinder Singh Brar, we appreciate and thank you for your guidance and supervision in the company's affairs that have led the company to raise significantly. We further wish the company grows to greater heights, benefiting the shareholders, by and large, the entire society. Thank you all. Sir, shareholders are requesting you to share the email ID. Kindly provide us. We really miss you a lot. We also appreciate the support from our company staff. Without them, we are nothing. This is the message that he wanted to convey to you, sir.
Thank you. Just thank Mr. Saravanan. If he's able to hear us, please thank him. And tell him that I also feel extremely satisfied and I cherish the journey at Mphasis. When I joined the company, the market cap of the company was 1,800 crores or something like that. Leaving it at 55,000 crores plus gives me great satisfaction of having served this board of this very, very wonderful company. And also the affection that is being shown by the shareholders, I cherish it and I will continue to remain in touch. Please provide my email ID to them, whoever has asked, so that they can continue to remain in touch. Thank you. And over to you again.
Thank you, sir. If there are any further queries, the shareholders may write to 33.agm@mphasis.com, which will be responded to you by the management. I now hand over the proceedings to Mr. Nitin Rakesh, CEO and Managing Director. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Subbu. Good morning to all shareholders, and thank you for joining us today. Dear Chairman, as your time on our board draws to a close, I want to express my sincere gratitude for your service, dedication, grace, and seriousness. We are most grateful for your active leadership today, even when decisions were difficult. Wisdom is knowing what to do next. Virtue is doing it. You are both wise and virtuous, and I'm grateful you shared these qualities with Mphasis over the past 2 decades. On behalf of the company, I extend my deepest gratitude to you for being an integral part of our board since 2005 and for serving as our board chair from 2015 onwards. Your unwavering commitment and exceptional leadership were particularly evident during the challenging times and transition from one promoter to another. Your steadfast guidance played a crucial role in steering our organization through various market cycles, the pandemic, acquisitions, and ensuring that our promise to stay ahead continued despite it all. Thank you, sir, for your years of service, dedication, and the positive influence on Mphasis. I will personally certainly miss working with you as my chairman. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nitin. And as I said, that you are very special to the company yourself. In your stay with the company, you have transformed the company in a major way. So I also thank you for the kind of growth and development of the company that has been undertaken under your leadership. And I wish you all the best. And I'm sure that under your leadership, the Mphasis will continue to grow by leaps and bounds in coming years. So that concludes the business of the day. And I take this opportunity to thank all the shareholders present for their kind cooperation, support, and valuable time today. The combined results of the votes cast through remote e-voting and e-voting during the AGM on all the resolutions would be uploaded on the company's website and will be intimated to the stock exchanges as per the SEBI listing obligations and disclosure requirements regulations 2015 by tomorrow. I wish the shareholders all the very best and good health. And now I declare this meeting as closed. Thank you.